How is everybody doing this fine day? My name is Alan Roberts, and today we're going to go over how the science behind weight stigma is complete bullshit. Um, uh, you know, I dare anybody to try to go back in the history of their mind and find where the term weight stigma was even used before like 5 or 6 years ago. This is an implanted term into society to make people feel bad about saying true shit to people and ignoring actual very dangerous shit. I'm going to go right ahead and say this off the bat. There is no such thing as fucking weight stigma. None. None. It is. There is no stigma around something. There is no, beliefs about obesity that are not based in fucking truth. There is not a stigma around it. If you are fat, you eat too much. That is not a stigma. That is a reality. If you are fat, you do not live as long. That is not a stigma. That is a reality. If you are fat, you overconsume calories for your caloric expenditure on a daily basis and have for a long time. That is not a stigma. That is a reality. You are, in fact, not burning enough calories, whether it be because you are inactive or you are not active enough to counteract the overabundance of calories you are taking in. There is not stigma to that. There's no stigma saying that obesity leads to, and eating the way that people do to get obese leads to type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, liver disease, kidney disease, cancers, those sorts of things. There is not stigma about this. There's not stigma about this at all. You know, that this is reality. And it bothers me to a great degree that we have gotten to the stage where we are even having these arguments. The woman we are about to discuss has a fucking PhD in making sure her feelings don't get fucking hurt. I mean, that's the long and short of it. She actually has a PhD. But holy shit. Like, what we're about to hear is amazing to me. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that most of mental health care is opinion. The vast majority of mental health care is opinion. Somebody asks you how you feel. You tell them. They interpret how you feel, and then they give you a diagnosis based off of it. There are so many areas that are gray. Your opinion about how you feel could be very off compared to another person who has the same issues. It could be very, very different. And when you throw on top of it that we live in a society right now that openly kind of gets people to wallow and revel in their, perceived illnesses. Now, don't get me wrong, there are very serious perceived illnesses, right? There are very serious, there are very serious mental illnesses. Schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, which bipolar disorder, you can usually, there are tests you can run. If you're a little depressed and you're feeling a little down and they put you on a medication for it, that should be considered malpractice, frankly. Like, first of all, what are you feeling down about? What are you doing physically? What can you do to alter your life before you try to mask it away with some sort of drug? But secondly, it is opinion. Grow the fuck up. Like, that should be the first statement by almost anybody to an adult person that says, well, I'm feeling a little down. Grow the fuck up. Life sucks. Buy a helmet. Like, we just went through nonstop several fucking years of acting like people's feelings were more important than the fucking truth. That's got to stop. That's bad for people. It's bad for the country. It's bad for the world. Pretending that your feelings matter more than reality, it's bad for the fucking world. It's just not good. That's why, even though I'm very, I have trans friends, for fuck's sake. I have trans clients, for fuck's sake. And they all know this. First of all, that is a mental illness. It is gender dysphoria. And there's, them getting treated for it, okay. They should have long treatment for it. Long treatment before they even make any permanent alterations to their body. But besides that, we went through a whole phase where people were starting to identify as fucking cats and shit like that. And all of a sudden you were a bad person for not saying oh yeah, meow, meow. That's bullshit. It's taking it too far. I will also point out that the more mental health care America seems to receive, the less mentally healthy we get, right? BetterHelp all of a sudden started paying everybody, besides me, of course, started paying everybody to, push their product, and everybody got less mentally healthy. Because if you open it up to think that you can, if you're not the problem, you not like sucking it the fuck up or dealing with your shit, instead of that being the problem, it's some sort of problem that's not your fucking fault, which sometimes for mental health, I agree, is not your fucking fault, but not all the time. But we treat it like it's an all the time. Like, well, what about their lived reality? There's fucking reality. Your existence doesn't create its own separate fucking dimension. And that especially goes for fat people also. So here we're going to talk. Here is the Huff lady, whatever, the Huff PhD. So let's get this going here.
A recent article published by myself and my team in the International Journal of Eating Disorders. We wanted to...
First of all, it's an article, not a study, because you can't study feelings necessarily.
To examine whether a diet culture intervention was...
So, and I'm going to point out, listen to her language, because they want to study something to confirm their thoughts. Like, listen to how she even words it. I mean, I'm sure she doesn't realize this because she thinks she's smart. If you were smart, you wouldn't be fat. I'm just saying that. Like, you have a PhD, you know how to research. That's what PhDs do, right? But to think like, to even be using like, you have a degree in weight stigma. You have a degree in opinions. Like, you should get a fucking refund.
Effective at decreasing weight stigma and eating disorder pathology. Essentially.
So I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there that eating disorder pathology and weight stigma, like if you even tell somebody who has an eating disorder, like if you get them to think anything about weight stigma, you are hurting that person, right? Like anything, especially this whole weight stigma bullshit, that in any way disincentivizes anybody who's morbidly obese from losing weight by thinking like, oh, that's just weight stigma. That's just this. Society doesn't want to love me for me. You don't love you for you. That's why you're fucking fat. Like, they've also, like, this woman, like, you're mentally ill. You realize this. This woman has been this size. Like, she's actually, she's actually fucking, like, been this size or smaller. She looks like she's gotten bigger, which, by the way, if you didn't realize you were fucked up, you wouldn't need the fucking makeup and 25 filters. But like, you're mentally ill because you don't think there's anything wrong with what you're doing to yourself on a daily basis to stay beach ball shaped. Like, you're mentally ill. Why should anybody take your advice when you are clearly mentally ill? Like, you are morbidly obese and have been morbidly obese, and your entire life's work is based around trying to tell people that there's nothing wrong with you because you're taking it so hard it might be a dick. I mean, for real, it's fucking crazy.
Actually, participants completed what's called a digital single session intervention, where
a single session intervention, a digital single session intervention. They gave their opinion one fucking time based off of the biased stance of we're trying to prove this. And she thinks she accomplished something.
They logged onto their computers, they saw some modules, and then logged out. We looked at their feelings before, immediately.
You looked at their feelings before, did you?
After, and 2 weeks after seeing the content. And
so you looked at their feelings immediately before, immediately after, and then 2 weeks after. How the fuck did you look at their feelings? Did you find out what happened that day before? Because if something harsh that day, like them waking up and not being able to tie their shoes without fucking almost passing out, happened, and then they see something that you show them, it makes them feel kind of way, and it imprints upon them. You realize that. So you didn't get any background work on any of these people. You just decided you were going to right before, right after, and then 2 weeks after. The 2 weeks after is irrelevant because right before is formed by how they were feeling beforehand also. Right after is how they were feeling beforehand and what you showed them. And then that solidifies for 2 weeks after. As reference, when people get shit stuck in their head, do you know how many people that I coach for weight loss that think that they should not eat past 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. because it will all automatically turn to fat? Because somebody put that in their fucking brain. And even though it goes against the laws of motherfucking physics, they believe it. And it stays ingrained with them. Like, you're ingraining something that could be based off of previous feelings because you did not do any pre-work and even ask them about it, but yet alone the fact that their fucking feelings, their opinions. What if you asked all weak people like yourself, which if you are morbidly obese right now and not doing everything you can to fucking lose the goddamn weight and you're blaming shit on weight stigma, you're a weak, pathetic person. If you are morbidly obese and trying to lose weight and realize that you have a problem with food that goes way past what is a matter of your looks or anything like that, because that's all she's given a fucking concern about, is how she fucking looks. That's all she is concerned about. There's nothing wrong with me being morbidly obese. I would love to have a debate with this woman while walking. Like, we would just walk a couple miles and debate. That is the end all of this bullshit. Like, why sit down with a fat acceptance advocate or even a PhD in emotional studies for fat people? Let's take a walk. Let's do it climbing stairs, shall we? If there's nothing wrong with being fat, we should be able to do it anywhere, right? I mean, you're perfectly physically capable, just as if you're not a fucking gluttonous, person, right? There's no stigma, right? It's just it is just a stigma that you are physically less capable while fat, right? I mean, you're physically less capable. That's just a stigma though, right? So it shouldn't bother you. Let's go for a fucking walk and have this debate. Any fat person. Let's get on treadmills and talk about this shit, right? How about that? If you want a fierce, hot debate that you want to sit down for, I will completely, and I mean completely, agree to that too, PhD Hoff. However, since you are saying we're going to sit down, I am going to say that it is going to be on the roof of a 10-story building that has no elevator, of which we need to use the stairs, and the debate starts immediately upon when both of us have arrived. We start at the same time, and I'll get up the stairs way faster than you, and after I wait, about 30 minutes and you get there also, we can immediately start the debate because we are both there. How do you think that will turn out? But you're saying that that's just weight stigma. Are we going to pretend that there's like not just people dying from being fat as fuck? That's just a stigma too? That's just a stigma also somehow?
And we found that there were sustained effects after 2 weeks, particularly
sustained effects after 2 weeks after you implanted them.
That fear of weight stigma and eating disorder pathology decreased and fat accepting health beliefs increased. So decreasing or increasing fat acceptance beliefs. Why would the entire phrase fat acceptance is unhealthy? You should not accept being morbidly obese. You should not. It is just the same way as saying, like, I completely accept that I'm going to get cancer. I'm going to keep smoking. This is promising because it basically means that in short form interventions, we can see potentially sustained benefits. You can find the article here. And if you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. A recent article published.
Well, she can't answer any of them because they're all based on feelings. It's all feelings. Like, it's insane to believe that you took a survey of people and you think you accomplished something. You took a survey of choreographed people, got no pre-knowledge of anything that happened that day, and then you are thinking that you've done something here. The entire concept of weight stigma has got to stop. There's no stigma. Like, I challenge anybody in the comment section. Give me something that is actually weight stigma. Anybody. And even like just humor me, even if you agree with me, just humor me. Give me in the comment section. I'll pull your comment up. Give me what you think these people could construe as weight stigma. Any of it. Yeah. Potentially sustained benefits is like fairy dust, the word. Yep. I completely agree with you. 100%. And I agree with this. Stopping bullying failed the modern generations. That I completely 100% understand that. I 100% I agree with that. You know, that we have coddled people into this weakness. I completely agree with you. Roller coasters. Well, roller coasters are based on physics. Like people will say that they can't ride a roller coaster and therefore it's, you know, it's fat phobic and blah, blah, blah. Physics exists, right? Like, and not to mention that, but like, you're going to hurt yourself and somebody else, you know? My knee hurting more when I was fat. It's because there's more gravity on your fucking load-bearing joints. Exactly. Extra large being less than average. Yeah, that's fucking wild. Average should be medium. Med. That should be average. So many people give answers when they have none. They cause so much more harm than good giving bad advice. I completely agree there, son. Not getting a job because you can't stand on your feet for 8 hours. That's not weight stigma. That's reality, just like you said. Like, these people are, it's just weakness that we are now coddling. It's got to stop. Being so big that you take up more resources. Not a stigma. Absolute truth. Like visibly true, you know? My chest felt heavy when I was 140 pounds. I'm 120 now. I still have 10. Good for you. Get going with it. Hell yeah. Didn't think you would actually understand what I was getting at. Oh, no, I got you, bro. I got you. ADHD brains unite. Chairs are small. I find this amazing because I never have a problem fitting into a chair, and I am a 185, 190 pound athletic male. Right? If you're a female and you have trouble fitting in a chair, you fucked up. Like, you have fucked up. Fucked up. Hallways and elevators in hotels, also ridiculous. Just insane. Feelings are temporary chemical reactions in the brain. This is taught in school. Why would you base anything on a feeling that can change in moments? I completely agree. Sitting next to someone on a plane and having them spill into your seat. I don't want strangers touching me. Well, not to mention that, but it's fraud. If the airline sells you a seat, sells you that space, and they then knowingly sit somebody next to you that will take up your space, you have paid them for a service that they are knowingly not going to deliver to you. That is, by definition, fraud. They know it. The very second they see the person and they sit them next to you, they know that you are not getting what you paid for. They know that they are defrauding you. That is fraud. I will say it a million times. Basing any theory on feelings is like wishing upon a star. It's so true. So true. They can only point to these to privileges, and that's the thing too. People need to realize that obese people in America are privileged as fuck, just absolutely so privileged it's crazy. You're doing great. You're doing great. I felt mortified when I was 200. Now 167, and I have 47 to go. You are doing fucking phenomenal. Which, by the way, if you need help, here is our coaching links. We have some very exciting stuff coming up for our coaching. So you want to join it now before the prices go very, very, very up, because we have some very neat stuff coming very soon. That's our 6 months deal. You should take us up on that. It's daily communication, weekly video conferences on our app. Hell yeah. I've seen people not fit into first class seats, which is crazy because they're huge. It's odd that a very narcissistic society cares so much about other people's feelings. Very true also.
Very, very true. It's kind of insane, you know? So I'll take Q&A about anything for a little bit, but I did want to tell everybody, for Americans, Thanksgiving is coming up. Many people get very, very stressed out about the holidays. They're like, oh my God, what should I eat on Thanksgiving? You should go into Thanksgiving. Make sure you get your hydration in early. Make sure your first meal is all protein. I would not eat, it doesn't need to be big. You don't want to spoil your appetite, but I would eat all protein, maybe some steak, maybe some eggs in the morning. Sit down, focus on the proteins first. If you do ham and turkey or whatever, then do the veggies, then do the bread stuffing, kind of last, and then have a piece of dessert and just have your food planned out for the next day. The problem with Thanksgiving is not even the food necessarily, because there's really only one sweet food. Like, it's better than Halloween, if you ask me. But the problem is people end up with a lot of leftovers, and then they seem to keep eating them, over and over and over again. And they seem somehow to always have the sweet things as leftovers. Like, they'll make 15 pumpkin pies, I'm in a miscalculated bulk, but I've been around the block myself, so I'm cleaning it. So I'm cleaning it up, and formerly fat alcoholic about 10 years ago. Good for you, da. I'm hosting. We're cooking just enough portions for the meal, protein and veggie focus. Good for you. I think the caring is all performative and done in hopes that they'll either get brownie points or someone else to care about their feelings. Very, very, very insightful, son. I mean, treating Thanksgiving dinner as a reason to gorge is a problem. Absolutely. There's never a reason to overindulge. Like, you should not eat to the point where you feel sick or feel pain. That's one of the reasons why on our app we do what's called the 75-20-20 protocol, where at your largest meal of the day, you eat 75% of the food you normally plate up for yourself, drink 20 ounces of water, wait 20 minutes, even have a timer going on here soon. And then at the end of the 20 minutes, you should eat whatever you feel like is left over on the plate that you want to eat. If you don't want to eat anything, you just put it up and maybe eat it later because you already planned on eating it. If not, you just put it up, or you could use it for leftovers, or if you eat the rest of it, you eat the rest of it. It does a couple of very positive things. One, it helps keep your portion sizes adjusted. Two, it slows down your eating process. And almost every fat person I know, including myself, we eat way too fucking fast. We're a former fat person, that's one of the good things about it. I wouldn't suggest you necessarily do that with Thanksgiving dinner unless unless you have a tendency to overeat to the point of pain, because this also helps avoid that overfull feeling where you'll eat and then 20 minutes after you're done eating, all of a sudden you're like, wow, I overate a little bit. That avoids that feeling. And for binge eaters, that's very important because that feeling can sometimes trigger a binge for some reason. Like, oh, my stomach already hurts, so let me fucking pile more in. Keto stuffing, hell yeah, that's what we do. Why safety is an issue when you get a used work truck from a 400-pounder and there's no seat left, just springs. But that's not a safety issue, right? Exactly. Crazy, isn't it? I got 150 pounds of venison in the freezer from this weekend. Next year is getting squared away early. Fuck yeah, great goddamn job. How fast I eat was always joked about. It's a real thing. It's a very real thing. It's 100%. 100%. I wish Crystal and I would have saved all the data that we've gathered over the course of the last 7 or 8 years. But it is 100% of the people that have trouble with binging disorder, especially, we all eat too fucking fast. Like, all of us. Like, I eat like somebody's trying to steal my fucking food. It's getting a lot better, don't get me wrong. But that's also how you keep your body used to eating too much volume. The idea behind living a happy, healthy, sustainable lifestyle, hunger-free and happy, as we say in our area of the woods, is being completely nourished, satiated, and satisfied on as minimal volume of food as possible. You do not want to do the high volume food trap. I've heard other people that talk about weight loss who have no idea what the fuck they're doing talk about high volume foods. High volume foods are fucking idiotic because eventually that's not going to be salad. Eventually it's going to be pasta, and we all know it. I used to be able to sit down and eat 2 pounds of steak easy at a sitting, like just fucking mowing through it, and then like sides on top of it. Now I get to about 14 ounces of chuck steak, and I'm like, I'm pretty fucking full. A 1 pound ribeye, and I'm full. And I mean, that's all, like nothing else on the plate. So it does definitely, your stomach definitely does shrink back down. So that is my biggest form of suggestion for anybody. Listen, I might be back a little later today, but if not, I'm definitely gonna be back tomorrow I'll be back tomorrow midday and probably in the evening, and then we'll go from there. But I hope all of you have a very fucking happy day. Please understand that this isn't meant to be mean to anybody. This is just meant so people stop thinking this ridiculous bullshit. I hope all of you have a fabulous day. My name is Alan Roberts. Goddamn.